Thank you, Chair Kanabi. Good morning, Supervisors. I'm Councilmember Scott Malsin from the City of Culver City, and I'm here to present a resolution adopted by the City Council last night in support of Supervisor Ridley-Thomas's motion. Culver City has had a long-standing interest in ensuring the safe operations of the oil fields both within and outside our borders, and that concern is shared by many who live and work in neighborhoods adjacent to those oil fields. While we appreciate the efforts the county made to develop the regulations you adopted last October, we do not believe those regulations are sufficient to protect and promote the health, safety, and welfare of the residents of Los Angeles County. We are confident it is possible to craft regulations that will allow oil drilling operations to coexist safely in our community, and we are ready to support the county in its efforts to do so. Therefore, we thank you for your consideration of this item and urge you to adopt the motion.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Gary Silbiger, one of the council members in Culver City, and one of two members of Culver City's Oil Drilling and Community Standards District Committee in Culver City. I want to thank Supervisor Mark Ridley-Thomas for introducing this motion to amend the Baldwin Hills Community Standards District. We all know as local officials that it's the public's health and safety that's primary in all these types of concerns. We have a community standards district that has not adequately taken into consideration those very important issues. We see health care on the agenda both locally and statewide and nationally. But in addition to having health care for all the residents, we also need to prevent health problems from occurring. With your help, we can assure that we will have a healthy county. By passing this motion today, we will bring back the type of concern that the county deserves. And so please join us. You remember last time many of us were here, the room was filled to capacity. We ask you now to join us, join your residents in passing this very important motion. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Bernal. I'm the district representative for State Senator Curran D. Price Jr. of the 26th Senate District, which Baldwin Hills Community Standards District is located within. And as such, on behalf of the Senator, I cannot state more clearly the importance of a thorough and responsive review of the potential impact any proposed oil drilling may have on the constituents living in the area. Legitimate concerns have been raised about whether the current CSD conditions go far enough to mitigate the sight, sound, smell, and safety impacts that have been and continue to be caused by the drilling for oil in the general areas of Baldwin Hills, Ladera Heights, and Culver City. For example, there are many unresolved issues involving the impact of the injection drilling, the number of total wells and sites of drilling in the CSD, the landscape plan, and above all else, the adequacy of the required health studies and mitigation. The 4 lawsuits involving the proposed CSD raises some very serious questions and further reflects the need to re-examine the CSD conditions. I applaud your efforts to re-examine these issues amongst others, and on behalf of Senator Price, I ask for your full support of this motion. Thank you.
My name is Angus Alexander. I'm a captain with Ocean Lifeguard. I know many of you through Lakota Lifeguard Association. I'm also a member of the Santa Monica Bay Restoration Commission, the governing board. I'm also an international tsunami expert with the International Tsunami Society and a member of the LA County Tsunami Task Force. I come to you as an expert on many different fields on this subject, of that including water quality and earthquake information. I've reviewed this environmental impact report, and there's more holes in it than the oil field itself. There's all kinds of missing appendices that I was not privy to or been able to review prior to the vote, the last vote of the Supervisor Burke. I'd like to see the environmental impact report reviewed again and thoroughly investigated. There are a number of requests that I have and concerns on life, property, and the environmental issues. My requests are to rewrite the entire section and demonstrate compliance with original regulations, current regulations, and current standards of the industry, and insurance underwriter requirements against spillage, fires, explosion, and toxic releases. And I also request that completely and totally review, revise, and upgrade seismic, spillage, fire explosion risks, and safety measures are required, especially during the following big one on the Baldwin Hills, say a 7.3 Richter at 4 miles and 1 mile depth. And as a tsunami expert, it only takes an earthquake of 6.5 or greater to cause a landslide. And in 1998, Papua New Guinea experienced the exact same similar situations that we experienced here, which launched our tsunami task force.
You wrap it up?
Yes, sir. I fear that the board needs to look into this matter thoroughly, and I'm afraid that there just might be another layer of bureaucracy on top of this with already overextended resources. Thank you.
I'm Martin Schlageter with the Coalition for Clean Air, and I appreciate the board's consideration of this item today. We're here in full support of this item, and we look forward to your consideration of the findings of this study, and may they come back expeditiously and help us get back on the right track on this matter. Appreciate your time and your consideration. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Zoe Rawson. I'm here on behalf of the City Project. We are a nonprofit advocacy organization. We're here in support of the motion, specifically the proposal for study and recommendations of the measures contained in the motion, as well as a fair opportunity for participation by the public. The City Project participates on the Community Advisory Panel created by the CSD. We represent concerned citizens of South Central Los Angeles in pending litigation, and we are fully prepared to continue to engage in the process and to assist the Board of Supervisors in creating the CSD that was promised to the community. So thank you.
Honorable Supervisors, my name is Grace Elliott. I'm 44 and I have multiple sclerosis. I've lived at the foot of the Baldwin Hills in Culver City on Northgate Street for 14 years. During that time, my MS has worsened. On my block alone, 11 neighbors have had miscarriages. All are healthy women of childbearing age. Another 2 had ectopic pregnancies and had to have abortions or they would have died. Given these instances of reproductive disorders and other life-threatening diseases that people suffer from who live in close proximity to the oil fields, I commend you for your supporting the motion to amend the CSD to ensure the adequacy of the required health studies. As I read PXP's environmental health and safety policy, which I'll leave with you a copy, I can see that even PXP's chairman, president, and CEO support this motion. The very first point Dr. James Flores makes is that his corporation, which is PXP, will recognize that no business objective is so important that it will be pursued at the expense of safety, health, and the environment. Hopefully, as a good neighbor, PXP can fund the county to conduct a thorough independent health assessment done by a consultant chosen with the community input to help us determine cause of these disproportionate health incidences. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Supervisors. Ken Kutchner of Culver Crest, and I'm here to speak in support of Supervisor Ridley-Thomas's motion. I'm one of the lawyers involved in the litigation over the Baldwin Hills EIR and CSD. There are 4 cases that have been consolidated by the Superior Court in that matter. The petitioners are a broad array, including the City of Culver City, Community Health Councils, Natural Resources Defense Council, and various other residents and community organizations, and trial set for November. As the supervisor states in his motion, the fact that this litigation is pending, there's 4 cases involved, diverse parties litigating these matters. Those demonstrate the ongoing concerns about the CSD as adopted, and I can assure you that the interest in resolving these matters remains keen. In addition to supporting the motion, I think it represents an important opportunity to try and reach consensus over the activities in the oil field, and we urge your support. I'd like to take a brief moment to thank planning staff, particularly Leon Freeman, who has had the thankless task of supporting the Community Advisory Panel called the CAP, and we appreciate his efforts, and also acknowledge Ridley-Thomas's
staff support, and in particular Carly Katona's efforts to keep monitoring these matters. Thank you very much.